people may or may not be aware that the TUC have been working with Stand Up to Racism on the 20th of March, or the UN International Day for the Elimination of Racism, since 2014. We did this for two reasons, really. Firstly, because I think it is really important that symbolically we have a day where we say that anti-racism in this country is not only important, but the government actually has international obligations in that regard. They've signed up to various UN treaties, and they've signed up to the Programme of Action and the statement out of the UN World Conference Against Racism in 2000, and as far as that is concerned, have not really put into action anything that they signed up to. Secondly, though, and just as importantly, what we've seen is the growth of far-right politics across the world. And I think one of the things that the TUC used to do was just to confine its campaigning to extreme far-right groups. And about 2 years ago, I sort of revised the strategy and said, look, this is ridiculous. Actually, far-right politics have entered the mainstream. And actually, it's not just a matter of concentrating on groups like the BNP or UKIP or Tommy Robinson. What we really need to do is to start tackling right-wing politics that are at the heart of our system. We need to start calling the government and the press out on their racism. And we've got some way to go to do that. So as part of that, and because of the recent political events around Black Lives Matters, the way that the government have launched a cultural war in relation to race, and quite frankly, the Tony Sewell report will just be another bit to that puzzle as they continue to try and play the divide and rule game and use race almost as blatantly as it was used back in the 1960s and 70s as a wedge issue, which they believe will win them the next election. Then I think more and more people in the trade union movement have come to understand that actually standing up against racism, standing for a solidarity amongst working class communities has become more and more vitally important. And that one of the ways of doing that is by supporting what we're doing around the 20th of March. The conference on Saturday, the turnout was really heartening. The efforts that trade unions have put into mobilising members around that, advertising that event, showed, I think, that things are changing. And I think if we'd been able to have the kinds of demonstrations that we were up until the pandemic stopped us, at the last one we had 20,000 people in the streets. I think they would have grown proportionately as they had over the years. Now, just in terms of the 20th, the other aspect I think which is really important is that over the years, what we've managed to do is grow this as an international movement as well. And it's really heartening to know that now over 13 countries will be participating in that online rally at 5 p.m. on the 20th. That also coincides with the weekend this year that we're doing the TUC Black Workers Conference. And so that rally will be incorporated into the programme for the TUC Black Workers Conference as we have more details and put it together. But I do think that given everything that's going on, it is a real opportunity to say to the government that actually we're not going to lie down and let them just carry on with their agenda unchallenged. It's a real opportunity, I think, especially though obviously there's disadvantages about having to do things online, but there are also advantages because it enables people to participate more fully than they would normally do. One of the things that we're also planning to do on that day is also like try and do another Twitter storm like we did on the 18th to give people the opportunity to use their imaginations in terms of how they show support for the events, and hopefully the socially distanced events that people have been planning in different parts of the country will be able to go ahead. But I'm just really heartened. I've been doing a lot of meetings around the country about how people are engaging with this and why they see it as important. And I hope that actually in Manchester that you as well have a big response to what's going to happen on the day. So go and tell your friends, your families, your workmates, get online, get involved, and stand up for racism.